Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back. So a third channel walk and talk video, except you know what I have? I have a scooter. It's been a while, but I'm going on a scoot and talk today, and I wanted to talk about a kind of basic phrase actually. By the way, what I'm doing right now is of questionable legality. Supposedly you can ride bikes on the pavement, the sidewalk here in San Jose, but you can't officially ride a scooter. I wonder what the official distinction is meant for there. Like, I guess because scooters are powered and bikes aren't. It's like, why is electricity power always seen as this like demonic thing, whereas your leg power is like, oh, that's a normal thing, you know? Like, it's just like how, I don't know, there's a ton of great examples, I'm sure, of like liability insurance versus like you know, you don't need liability insurance to carry around a gun in America, but you do have a car. For example, you know, maybe there's a good argument that you should need both. I'm just gonna, you know, this is a very legal maneuver I'm pulling off right here. This is a-okay. And so anyway, speaking of legality, have you noticed how in TV shows, but also in real life, I've got friends who are involved in legal cases, and the number one thing that is always said is like, don't say anything publicly about this. Don't talk about this. It's the number one piece of advice you'll get. Oh, this scooter's only going 11.2 miles per hour. Do you think that's like a city lit thing? Are we capped at 11.2? What is this, a scooter for ants? I think I literally am capped at 11.2. You know what? That's safe. I'll go on a car, I'll go on a road where cars are going very, very, okay, we're going forwards apparently. Scary stuff. Anyway, so you've noticed how the legal advice in every TV show, oh God, rails are not pleasant for these tiny wheels. I mean, that's how the legal advice in almost every TV show is something along the lines of, don't talk to anyone, you dummy. Don't talk to the media, don't tweet out about it, don't, you know, like, try not to share things publicly. And I always thought that was like weird advice. Like, what does it matter what you say publicly? You know, like, but like in a courtroom, what does it matter about all of that stuff, you know? And it's really interesting because I think about it, and you know, the actual legal reasons for it are like kind of complex. Like something about like you don't want to alter the, you know, like it. Basically, people aren't meant to learn about cases from the media. They're meant to learn about it via the court proceedings, and there's a mess of that. Also, if you make statements publicly, those statements can later be used against you, of course, and blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of like really interesting things there. But one of the biggest reasons, I think, that like even the most basic level lawyer that really doesn't expect it to go to court, you know, what you say about it will tell you that, is like, hey, if you talk about something in the heat of the moment, you're going to be really, really, really upset about it. And I think people who are really upset about things are much, you know, like I said before, and I think it's like a universal rule of the internet, that like you talk significant, you know, when it comes to politics, your IQ drops about 50 points. Your ability to speak correctly, for real, I'm going 11.3 miles per hour, and cars are going by at 30, and San Jose's like, that's how safety works. Oh look, it's the Zoom headquarters. Can you see the Zoom headquarters? I don't know if you can. But it's really interesting to me that like, in the same way your IQ drops like 50 points when you talk about politics, because you're not trying to have an engaging learning conversation, you're trying to like impose and blah, 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 you know, like you have this morality thing inside of you. I feel like that exact same thing applies when you're talking emotionally, you know? When you're talking about this terrible thing that's just happened, I don't know, you know what, do you want to hear a personal story? I was like age 12, maybe 11, and someone just punched me in the face, like straight up, just out of nowhere. I was doing something in my locker, and one of the guys in my class full on punched me hard in the face. And like, I'd never been punched in the face before that point, as best I could tell. So then what I did is I just like, I was stunned for like 2 seconds, and then immediately I'm like, you know, not only is my brain like, oh my God, you got punched in the face, you need to do something about this, but there's also like the shame, I guess, of like, you know, like social school shame is like, you cannot be known as the guy who just got punched in the face and just let it sit, you know, like that is a terrible precedent to be laying down in front of everyone. And so, you know, I didn't let that precedent sit. I went and I punched him in the face, and we got involved in a little bit of a fight. I felt like I was winning the fight, surprisingly. I wouldn't peg me as a guy who would win a fight, but then like someone who I thought was a mutual friend, but clearly he liked me less than the other guy, jumped on my back. A really heavy guy, honestly. He jumped on my back, and that's kind of where the fight fizzled out. Like he, you know, like it was kind of bad. And so then I had a teacher after the fact, like trying to work out what happened, and you know, he said something like, you know, he was like, so you know, what happened there? And as I was trying to explain it to him, this is the first time I remember something like it happening, where I'm just trying to explain my, you know, like events, and like just I was like, yeah, so I was just trying to do my thing, and then I just got punched in the face, and like, you know, like kind of started, yeah, it made me just like, instead of actually being able to explain the thing, you know, it was like crying, you know, I was like, oh yeah, that was terrible. Like it hurts to be punched in the face, let me tell you. And like the shock and the surprise of it all, I feel like being surprised is not always the perfect feeling, but being surprised of a punch in the face, let me tell you, when I say that it's worse, I am telling the truth on that one. And so yeah, I tried to explain it, I couldn't. Funny story actually, that's the teacher who just like refused to believe me and be like, yeah, Andrew, like with no explanation whatsoever. Maybe it was this story, maybe it was something else. The guy was like, yeah, Andrew just lies to protect himself. It's like, I don't remember ever I don't, you know, it was a teacher that was like kind of prejudiced against me, I would like to believe. Maybe I was just a, you know, dick of a student and I can't even remember how it was. I could totally believe that that's true. Anyway, so this has happened like a few times in my life where I've been like so fully emotionally charged with something that, like, you know, for lots, you know, first of all, talking about it all can be hard, but like talking about it in any rational way, you just want to be like, yeah, and I feel the bad. I don't enjoy being punched in the face. I don't enjoy, I don't know, whatever else. You know, there's lots of things I don't enjoy. Lots of terrible situations that happen on a day-to-day basis. And it's really interesting. I'm going to take a right turn here. Look at this. Real good. And it's really interesting to, you know, like, I don't know, I can talk about a ton of examples if I really try my hardest. I'm turning right here solely because there was police there. And police scare me now. I have an instinctive dodging of the police, which is probably not a good thing to have inside you as a person, right? But yeah, this road does not look like it is designed for scooters to be trundling along at 11 miles per hour on. This is not how safety works. I was gonna go north until I found this like really nice pathway that leads to the airport, but then I decided going south. And you know, here's a nice, okay, look at this. This cycle lane right here, it's green. I'm gonna ride it on the right here because you can turn right on red in the United States, and I'll do a 180, a U-turn, if you will, which are probably legal. I feel like if there's no sign saying you can't U-turn, you can legally U-turn. That's my very faulty logic that covers United States traffic laws. Okay, so no law saying don't U-turn, and so I pull a U-turn. See, look at me. I'm using American terminology. I basically deserve my citizenship. Oh, small story about that actually. There's a chance I might have to. I'm not an American citizen, right? An American resident. I might be that for a year. I'm not. It's I looked like I'd sorted it out, but some things went badly in the end. And you know, I could talk about those things, but I'm currently involved in the middle of well, I'm not involved in the legal issue. I mean, I'm involved in the legal issue. I'm not the primary perpetrator of a legal issue involving the UK government. But yeah, the reason that you shouldn't, like, talk about things while they're in progress is like really good for emotional support. You can share your emotions really well, and someone can emotionally console you, and there's some real value to that. But the truth is, if you want to actually like offer valuable insights to people, I don't think you're going to do a very good job while you're in the heat of a moment. And how about I give you an example of a thing that's happening right now? Again, I'd love to talk about my my immigration hassles regarding the UK and what's happening right there. But oh my god. But instead of that, how about I tell you about like so because I bought a house recently, I have to pay a law, and it's called stamp duty, but it's a tax, a property tax, a property purchase tax rather, in the United Kingdom. I have to pay a dumb amount of money, and so, you know, to help cover the ludicrous bill, I've been doing some sponsored videos, and you know, one of the ones I did, it was like I don't know most requests I get because there's just so much hassle involved, and so much of like. I don't know how to like correctly even refer to it, but there's just such a nightmare that happens with doing like sponsored deals, because like if you know, it's like fine to do the thing they want you to do in exchange for the money they offer you. It's some of the best paid work. Like I made probably, without revealing too much, I probably made about £2,000 an hour if you work out everything. That's is that correct? That's close enough to correct, if not. You know, it's like the best paid work of my life per hour. You know, the things I would do are very high, but there's always then like these kind of weird things that start to happen where it's like, oh yeah, we just need you to entirely redo that one from scratch. There's a, you know, there's one issue, and like, oh yeah, we need, and this and that, and like there's this weird uncertainty. And basically, you know, instead of doing like, you know, instead of actually getting paid, you know, if instead they looked at it and they're like, yeah, we can give you an hourly rate of, you know, even like, I don't know, 1,000, you know, being incentivized to make sure we make the best thing for both of us. You know, I make a video that I hope showcases your thing well, and that also my viewers find enjoying. That's all we need to do, right? And then you give me money because that's what I need to pay off taxes. Isn't it funny, by the way, to pay the amount of money to pay off the house tax bill? I have to earn money, but then before I can pay the tax, I have to then pay taxes on that original sum, and then so like by the time I go to pay that, you know, it's very complex. But long story short, I'm involved in this whole nightmare because I did some work. It was agreed how we do some things, and then after the work is done, you know, I can't take back a sponsored video. I can't say, hey, this is ludicrous what you're asking for, after they've already got what they need. And then they're like, hey, we just need you to fill in a ton of forms. And I'm not talking about like, you know, like I'm used to filling out sometimes if it's a weird company, like, you know, my details. Sometimes they insist paying by bank transfer. Sure, we live in the 1980s. It's fine. Here are my bank details. Weirdest. Don't feel comfortable giving it to strangers, but sure, you're from a company or whatever. But I had to fill out so many. Like I think I got 7 attachments that I had to fill out on an email at one point. And it's like, so here you're. Here's a new vendor, you know, you have to become a vendor with our company. Here is the details. Here, we need to have the contact information of all the important people at your organization. So your accounts manager, your CEO, we need to have the, you know, the home addresses, they're this, they're that. We need to have your business VAT number, your this. And I was like, sir, I am a sole trader. These are, not only do I not have an accounts department, but I don't have an accounts department head. Then I had to fill out a form confirming I wasn't committing bribery in some form. There was like a big, it was like, I had to fill out a form saying I affirm the anti-bribery values that the company is putting forth. A whole bunch of just dumb stuff, basically. It's taken over an hour of just back and forth so far. And there's no end in sight, because every single time I send it, they're like, actually, there's some issues here. And I actually, you know, here's the crazy thing. If it was a small company, I would for sure be like, you know, this is some legal thing. Like if you're, you know, once you go through an unreasonable amount of effort from someone, once you ask for an unreasonable amount of effort just to be paid for work already done, you're messing some stuff up. But I really think it is just literally someone, oh, what is this? Ooh. It's like a little skate park. But I think what it actually just is like, there is such an administrative burden at this company to hiring outsiders. I'm assuming it had something to do with some bribery scandal a while back. And it's just every single, like I sent a heated email just being like, hey, you have all of the details that matter. You're asking for details that don't exist, and I'm filling them out, and then you're being mad that they don't exist. You know, like it's kind of a ludicrous thing. What is that? Spartan San Jose State Safety. Oh, it's like a university campus police force, maybe? Interesting, because I'm saying San Jose isn't a state, and so San Jose State must be a state school. See, look, doing the, oh, it says there, San Jose State University. Never mind, I can read sometimes. But yeah, man, going straight is boring. You kind of need to take some turns to make the scooter rides more interesting. I just want to find like a, see this, that's why you need like a nice river pathway or something. You're right downtown and you're just going places. Same with driving, right? Like, you ever drive through like those deserts? You ever drive through a national park even? Pretty. You drive through this, you're just getting sad. So I'm gonna take a right turn here. That's gonna be my genius move. I don't know if this is how you're meant to take a right turn, but it's how I'm going to take a right turn. It looks like I probably should have cut across that But let's see what's this way. Ooh, it is a Baptist church with a Juneteenth flock party. This interesting thing about the really, Americans call it progressive. It annoys me. It's like, what is there? Is there a side that's like against progress? that is like, yep, exactly how things are now. It's exactly how they always need to be. I want things to be exactly how they were in 1995 again. That's unironically actually how people view like a lot of different media forms on the internet, right? Like, Pokemon Red is the perfect game. Everything added since then. See, that's fine as well, because that's a motor engine. If I were, you know, like, if I was using, you know, putting an internal combustion engine, oh, my scooter's dead. I don't know why it's dead, but it's dead. Okay, well, there goes the video, huh? There goes the video. See, but even this whole video, oh, I guess this is a low traffic area because it's just cut me down to 6 miles per hour. This is San Jose. This is enjoyable. See, like right now, my thoughts on having an area of the city where you have to go at 5.8 miles per hour on a scooter. I'm assuming it's 6. Oh, I'm assuming it's for the university itself and it thinks I'm on the university campus. So if I just go into the road so the GPS knows that I'm not on the campus, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I'm just gonna, oh, it's fine. It's a yellow, so I'm still allowed to go. Yeah, this is, as soon as it knows that I'm off the campus, I will have my full speed back. I'm looking forward to that moment. It's gonna be a good moment. Yeah, this is enjoyable. In the moment, my feeling is just, this sucks. I'm paying 38 cents a minute or something. There we go, to be slowed down. And then oh God. My momentary reaction to that speed was, this is cool again. You know, there's like, you have lots of momentary reactions that they're useful for just, like, sharing thoughts inside your head is useful to you. But I feel like to find things that are useful to other people, because ultimately, you know, we should try to be useful to the people around us, maybe. That's my thought, at least. Maybe incorrectly. But my thought, at least, is that, do I have a thought? Yeah, see how dumb this is? See how slow and hard across my point is to get? I'm regretting even saying that, like, yeah, making that 2,000 pound an hour comment from before. Because now someone will work out like, oh, even if you do 10 hours of paperwork now, you're still getting paid 200 pounds an hour, which is, if I'm not mistaken, above the average wage, and so therefore you're out of touch, Toy Cat, and it's terrible. And it's like, well, in reality, the reason that it's paid so high per hour is because most of the work is not in selling my time, but is in selling the brand, the channel. You know, like it's it's like how if someone pays you, you know, like those Super Bowl ads, they're worth what, like 7 million for 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. Nope, only 7.6. We're not actually going anywhere yet. I'm trying to though. I'm trying to. But it's really interesting. It's really interesting to me that just in the moment we're just so bad at sharing anything worthwhile. Like whenever you watch those, I don't know, like people like to make fun of this too. Like they're like, oh yeah, look at this person. I know what comes to mind, like the woman who was sad that because she was a police officer she couldn't get food at McDonald's. Am I thinking about that correctly? I feel like I am. And people took that whole thing as being like indicative of like what it's like to be a police officer, something, 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 and how, ooh, road closed. That means I can go forwards, right? I think that's how that works. I could be wrong. I'll find out if I get stopped by police, huh? But while you're in the middle of a legal issue, of course it feels like garbage and it's BS and like you just want it to go away. But an interesting thing about a lot of legal cases is like kind of just admitting you had fault. Just admitting I did wrong and I know it's fine. Like, I feel like most of the reason the legal system needs to exist is to punish people who don't... What is that person doing over there? Most of the reason the legal system exists... Man, this thing is slowing me down again. I'm so genuinely pissed off. I just want... Why 6? You know, this is... First of all, you know, like, it feels like this is slower than walking speed, so it can't actually be 6 miles per hour, right? If this was 6 miles per hour, I could walk. I fast walk at 6 miles per hour today, I learned. But second of all, okay, let's not talk about the moment thing. See, it's hard. You want to talk about the thing in the moment. Why is it like always so like ridiculously empty? Is it something about California? Like, but I just haven't seen people. I've been here for so long, and yeah, I've seen so few people. Maybe that's by design. Maybe that's intentionally a thing. Oh yeah, I'm about to cross this. Look at this intersection happening right here. Yeah, this is safety. Thank you, Daddy local government, for requiring this rule, and thank you Lime for putting in such accurate GPS sensors that it works accurate. And oh, there we go. It's picking up again. No, it's not. But yeah, when you're in the middle of a legal issue, like I feel like a lot of the reason we need punishments is because, like, if people, you know, like I feel like a lot of issues, like if the victim can get remedy and if the perpetrator doesn't want to do the thing again, I feel like you achieve most of what you want from a legal system just of those two things alone. Oh, there we go. No, there we go again. I feel like the reason the legal system needs to exist, you know, justice, liberty, whatever else you want to call that, is because, like, sometimes people, you know, sometimes a victim doesn't feel like they get enough out of it. Like, you know, my brother's killed in a car accident. I need to make sure that someone spends 20 years of their life miserable so that it all works out, you know? Like, justice, air quotes. Sometimes it's like people genuinely don't feel they've done something wrong, and so you have to go to court, see the victims testify, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like between those two things, there may be like, I don't know, it's America, so financial compensation, right? Like, honestly, you know, if my brother dies, no offense, my brother, like, rather than sending the killer to prison, just tell him to give me $1 million or something. Like, you know, honestly, even like $250,000, let's say $500,000. I'm gonna put the price tag there of, like, you know, if you say you're sorry and you do some rehabilitation program, like, and you know, like, promise not to murder again, you know, that's what happens when you hit someone with your car drunk, by the way, as long as they feel like it was the scooter driver's fault. But you know, then it's like, sure, I'm not opposed to that idea. I feel like I can cause more happiness. Oh, look, those guys are having fun. They are enjoying their scooter time much more than I am. Should I just go right? Oh, you can't go. It's a one-way street. I'd know that if I read street signs. I need to get into a habit of reading street signs in America. Like, I'm pretty good at doing it in the UK because they're at, like, different levels, but they put them up at intersections here, and I feel like it's easy to miss that. Maybe I've got to just be more perceptive, though. Speaking of perception, how's the weather, huh? Pretty hot, huh? Oh no, not now. Not now. Okay, there we go. I was so scared it would lock me at 6 and I'd be just cruising through an intersection, very embarrassingly. Oh, Christ. I didn't know you could just run over beer cans. I assumed, dumbly, that if I hit a beer can like that, like the scooter would, kind of like, you know, like leaves on the railway track. But I'm dumb, and I'm glad I learned I'm dumb today. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a good old right turn. Everyone loves a good right on red. And yeah, I can feel my neck burning, by the way, so I'm trying to get home. In case you're curious as to the very erratic nature of my scooter ride today. But yeah, I feel like talking about something while you're in the midst of it is just a bad idea overall. I know I even mentioned, like, recently, like, I've been having some bad times. I've been seeing people speculate all over the place about what those bad times are, and, like, massively blown out of proportion. It's like, oh, thank God I didn't provide you guys with any details, or you'd be blowing those details out of proportion, you know? It's an interesting but scary reminder. Am I meant to be just chilling here? I'm sure I am. It's an interesting but scary reminder that, like, man, I love downtown. Like, I love that San Jose has an airport, like, in their downtown, so you can see, like, planes this slow down while you're in a city. It's novel to me. I love to live here just for, like, how close, you know, I walk into the airport, that is the dream. And if you say it's not the dream, then you just haven't lived the dream for long enough. I'm afraid, friends. You just haven't lived the dream just yet. Oh, this is a confusing street. I don't understand what's happening here. I just am worried about the scooter wheels. Okay, this is bus only. Am I a bus by San Jose standards? I genuinely don't know. I feel like going on the tram tracks is worse than this. I'm just, do I go on the sidewalk? What do I do here? I guess I go on the sidewalk. That seems safe. But yeah, it's such an interesting little experience here. You know, this video was terrible. I'm just gonna throw it out there. This sucked. I tried, and I did poorly. But I got to go for a scooter ride around San Jose, and so, maybe this was useful, maybe not. I'm gonna add this to the pool of third channel videos that aren't good enough. I feel like one of the best ways to quality control myself is go for all the work and then don't upload it, and then I'm like, better do better so I can upload the video next time. I mean, not that it makes a difference in revenue. Actually, I'll lose a couple dollars by not making this public. So if you ever see this and it's on a membership program or something like that, now you know why. Thank you for watching this third channel video. I hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.